Today we're installing a solar mini split. This is a 12K 1-ton EG4 hybrid AC/DC mini split. Super easy to install. I've got 3 solar panels, 400 watt to match to be able to power this. And we are gifting this to my neighbor, David. David, you excited?
I'm very excited. Thank you, Tad.
Yes, sir. Cool. So we're installing this mini split in the shop here behind us. And today I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the install. We're going to fast track some of it, but once we get it installed, we'll be able to show you that it's using PV power using the app. Let's go ahead and get started. First step, we're going to mount this wall mount air handler on the wall. And I'm going to mount it about right here because there is a room directly across from where this wall mount air handler is going to be. It's going to blow through that room. Keep that heated and cooled as well. Now you want to remove the metal bracket on the back of the wall mount air handler. You need a Phillips screwdriver. Take that Phillips screw out. What comes in the box? We got our template. This is going to be used to locate our hole where our line sets are going to go through the wall. We've got our power cable. This is used to connect from the indoor and the outdoor unit. Then we've got a bag with our manual. Please read your manual before you begin the install. We got some putty to put in the hole where we put our line sets through. We've got our sleeve. That way we protect our line sets. A couple AAA batteries for the remote controller, some screws for mounting the mounting plate, and then MC4 connectors. And then also looks like an Allen tool. That way we can open the service valves outside when we're finished and ready to start it up. Remote controller as well, and a holder. Now, oh, one more thing, our drain tube. So we'll need this to connect from our wall mount air handler's drain tube and run it outside. So we're gonna mount this right here, and I'm gonna measure over from the window, and then I'm going to use a spotter bit and spot my hole before I ever drill it. Why? Let me show you. Since we've got corrugated metal on the exterior of the shop, we want to make sure that we come out right in between the ridges. We don't want to come out on the ridge because it's going to be hard to put our cover over our line sets and make it look professional. So I'm measuring over, I find where the center is, and then that's where I put my spotter bit and then my hole saw. If you want a full step-by-step guide for the 12K or the 24K EG4 mini split installation, check out the 2 videos that I put down in the description. It looks like they have upgraded this model here. I have not seen the EG4 mini splits with this long of a line set, but this is great because this will help during the install. Now, this is the line set, and you want to bend it up. Don't worry, you're not gonna kink it because they've made it 2 foot long, it looks like, but they've also extended the spring out to the connectors, which is great because it's easy to kink when you get outside the wall, especially if you have a 1/2 inch line. Now we're dealing with 1/4 inch and 3/8 because it's 12K, it's 1 ton. One thing I like to do is I don't want to run my drain behind my unit and then out with my line sets. I want my drain to come off. So there's a clip on there. I'm just gonna turn this, pull it out, and then over here, pull out this piece, boop. And I'm gonna put this on this side. Now, why am I going to do that? Because I want everything to be together. With our line sets and our drain on the right-hand side of the wall mount air handler, when we mount our mounting plate, we want to use a level, and instead of making it level, we angle it towards the drain. It helps with the draining. 2 methods I use for making sure that I drill my hole for my line sets in the correct place. Hold your template up here, cut out this piece of this cardboard, and then mark the hole. Or take this template and measure over from your mounting plate to your hole center, which is about 3 1/4, and then just come over here and just mark it 3 1/4, and then make sure when you drill the hole you don't go below this bottom of this mounting plate. Otherwise you'll be able to see your hole when you put your mini split in place, your wall mount air handler. Before you mount the wall mount air handler, I like to take this cover off, taking out that Phillips screw, and then take your power cable and run it through the knockout, the hole in the back, into where your electrical connections are. And then we're gonna go ahead and land all the wires. We've landed our wires, 1, 2, 3, and ground. We want to land the wires the same on the outdoor, 1, 2, 3 ground. It is polarity sensitive. Do not put the one that's labeled 1 on 3, and then outside you put it on 1. Don't do that. It will not work correctly. Now I'm going to route the wire through the hole. You want to make sure that when you drill the hole, that you drill at an angle down. That way you have no level drain going in the wall or going back up. No potential to hold water. So we route this out, and then we mount our wall mount air handler on the wall after we push the line sets through the hole. I used 5 of the screws that were in the package to mount that mounting plate. Now, having someone to help you is great. If it's by yourself, you can do it, especially with a 1-ton. You'll want to make sure that you tape the line sets and drain together, or use a wire tie. But if you don't, then you'll just have to hold everything together while you're pushing it through the wall, which is no big deal. Use your head. You can do it. All right, so I use a 2.5-inch hole saw. You can use a 2.5-inch or a 3-inch. I like to use a 3. Also, I like to use a PVC sleeve. But today I'm going to use a sleeve that comes with the mini split. All right, almost everything. Having a little trouble with the drain. Oh, there we go. It's in. All right, there we go. Nice. Whew. Now that we've got the wall mount air handler on the wall, make sure that you reinstall your plate that covers your electrical connections with your Phillips screwdriver. Very simple to do. Here we go. Now we're going to finish up outside. We got our outdoor unit on the pad. I love it when the line sets come out and go straight down. That's great. We got our line sets that come in the box with the outdoor unit, as well as some insulation, this little fitting that goes on the bottom of the outdoor unit to help drain away water during the winter. When the unit goes into defrost, we've got this tape here that you can put around the line sets and the wire just to keep everything tight. And then we've got our little sleeve. So before I bend the line sets down, I'm going to install my sleeve around and place it right there like that. Look at that, it's beautiful. Now we got our drain tube. So we unravel the drain tube here. Whatcha! And then we install it right here on the end. Now we can bend our line sets down, and notice that I came in between the ridges. That's what we want. Now we can go ahead and take the covers or the caps off of our connectors. These are quick connectors, so no vacuum required. Do not have to vacuum. One thing you want to be aware of is you do not want to kink the line sets, and you can do that. So I am going to start by connecting these line sets first, and I'll show you how I do that. Now, if you got somebody that can help you, very easy to roll these line sets out. You're just going to get your partner to hold it, and you're just going to pull it out, and that's all we need right there. So now I can just take this part, lay it down, bend this out a little bit, and then take the cap off, and then I can connect it. So like this. Make sure you don't cross thread it. And also, there are torque specs inside the manual. So look at the manual for the torque specs and get something called a digital torque wrench. Digital torque wrench is going to help you to be able to torque these fittings to spec so that you don't over tighten or under tighten. If you under tighten, you're going to have a leak. If you over tighten, you may break something. So just be careful and use a digital torque wrench. I'll put a link in the description, so get that tool. When you remove the bottom cover on the outdoor unit to connect your line set connections, you're going to have a plastic bag behind that cover with decoupling rings. Once you get these connectors tightened to spec, you're going to insert your decoupling rings. You want to insert them on the two connectors at the outdoor connections and at the indoor connections. That way those fittings don't loosen up over time. Now, I've run my power cable from my indoor to my outdoor, and you can see that I've already landed those wires, and I made sure that one was on 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then hook up the ground. Now, we've got our MC4 connectors where we're going to run our PV wires from our solar panels into our outdoor unit. This is a 12K AC DC. You can see it, you can use 115 volt AC power. So I can use a single pole, let's see, 20 amp breaker, max fuse 20 amp breaker, or I can use my PV power, which is what I'm gonna do. And then you can see, don't go over 380 volts. That's your VOC. So we've got 3 400 watt panels. I'm pretty sure voltage is around 30 volts, so 30, 60, we'll have at least 90 volts coming to our unit, so we'll have enough to operate it. Now that we've tightened our connectors at the outdoor and the indoor unit, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the covers for my service valves. So these are our service valve caps. I'm gonna go ahead and open my larger valve first. Open that up. Make sure that you open both. You don't want to open just one. You're going to have issues. So I just opened my suction line service valve or gas service valve. And I've opened my liquid service valve. I'll put the caps back on. And then we're probably going to work on the PV wiring next. And then we're going to fire it up. I've got 3 Sirius 415 watt panels wired in series. If you don't know how to wire panels in series, I'll put a link to a video down below to teach you how. I've got the PV wire coming over and plugging into the MC4 connectors for this outdoor unit. Now, I bought this as a bundle from Signature Solar. They sell you the 1-ton 12K hybrid model with the right amount of panels, and I think it's 3 panels. Then they sell the 2-ton or 24K model, hybrid model, with about 6 or 7 panels. If you're gonna buy a hybrid mini split, you plan on using it for off-grid purposes, and you're using it for strictly PV power, definitely get the bundle from Signature Solar. You can use my discount code Taddy50, you can get $50 off, or you can just use my link, and upon checkout, you'll get $50 off. We've installed the AAA batteries in the remote controller, so now we have a display on the remote controller screen. We've got the unit set for the cooling mode, and if you want to change from Celsius to Fahrenheit on the remote controller, on the app, and on the display of the wall mount air handler, you're just going to take and hit the temperature up and down buttons at the same time. More than 5 seconds, it's going to switch, and now you can see it's Fahrenheit. And then right here, if we just turn the temperature up, 70. We've got several modes to choose from. We've got off, heat, cool, auto, which is heating and cooling, dry, which is cooling mode, but helps to remove more moisture from the space that we're heating and cooling. And then we can just use the indoor fan if we want. Maintenance, filters and drain. Take the front cover, lift it up. You've got 2 filters. Take them both out, wash them, put them back in. Once a month, maybe once every 3 months. It really depends on the space. Clean your drain. The drain that comes from the indoor air handler to outside, take a shop vac, put it on the end, turn on the shop vac, and suck out that drain. Clear out that drain line. What happens if you don't do that once a year? It could get stopped up, and then instead of the water going outside, the water will pour down the wall. So unless you want water on the wall, just annually suck out that drain, clear out the drain line, and then once a month, at least check your filters. If they're dirty, go ahead and wash them. If you want to use the Bluetooth app and you want to know how to find it, check out the manual. Page 31, right here is a QR code. Scan that QR code to get the SolarCon app. Let me show you a few features I like about the app. So pull this screen up. You've got something called AC limiter. This helps the system to prioritize PV power. It limits the amount of AC that's used. That's something I like to enable. Then down here, we've got an F for Fahrenheit, a C for Celsius. So you can actually change from Fahrenheit to Celsius with that button. Then we've got our mode, cooling. We can switch the system off. We've got a mode button. Right here, we can just bring this dial up and we can change our temperature. So look, 7. It's using PV input right now. You can see top left-hand corner says 280 watts. I like to install a line hide cover, and I got a couple options for that. There's plastic line hide cover that I use, which is nice. And there's also custom line hide cover. You can actually go to permacover.com. You can use discount code Taddy5, and you can get 5% off a really nice custom metal durable cover that will actually match your exterior's color. They have several color choices. They even have stainless steel or copper. They have all kinds of really cool looking metal line set covers. Make sure you seal up around your line set. Seal up your hole. If it's a small hole, maybe use some silicone or some low expansion foam. Installed the line hide cover. It's looking nice. One thing I love about the EG4 mini split is the auto restart feature. Let's say the sun goes down and we lose PV power. The next day, do we have to use our remote to turn the unit back on? No. The setting is saved. If I chose to set this air conditioner for cooling mode at 70 degrees, it's using the PV power, the sun's present, but the sun goes down. I don't have any AC power, so the system's not going to run. If you want it to run at night, you got to have AC power. The next day, when the sun is present and PV power is regained, it's reestablished, the system is going to turn back on, and I don't have to use my remote controller, and that is very convenient. Because if I have a job and I'm working my 9-to-5 job and this is my tiny home or my tiny off-grid cabin, and I leave in the morning at 8 o'clock and it's 95 degrees outside and my unit doesn't restart, I'm going to come back home to a really hot house. But because of the design of the EG4 mini split, we have that extra convenience, that auto restart feature, which is great. If you want to run this at night, you have to have AC power. If you want to run it during the day and it not affect your electric bill, PV works great. Sizing the mini splits. The 12K models, they can heat and cool upwards of 500-600 square foot. If you have a foam insulated structure, they may do even more square footage. For the 2-ton 24,000 BTU models, you can do upwards of around 1,200 square foot. If you have a foam insulated structure, you can probably do more square footage. David, what do you think about the solar mini split?
Oh, I love it. The fact that it runs off the sun, it's solar powered, it doesn't affect my electric bill. It's awesome, man. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tad.
Yes. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you learned something. If you did learn something, let me know what it was down in the comments. If you got a question, remember, questions can lead to new content. But if you don't have a question, that's okay. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're from. If you want more solar videos like this, go check out my playlist titled Taddy's Solar, Homestead, and Garden. I've got tons of videos on installing ground mounts for mounting solar panels, installing solar panels on your roof, installing the EG4 hybrid inverters, and the off-grid inverters the EG4 makes. If you need anything solar, go check out Signature Solar, and don't forget to use my discount code Taddy50 to get $50 off, or use my referral link so you can get $50 off through checkout. You've been watching Taddy Digest. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.